Lecture 6. In the previous video we showed you how to do the last exercise of Lecture 6. There's something else I need to illustrate to you, and that is how to use breakpoints in your program. I'm going to use the same exercise as we did in the last one of Lecture 6 to illustrate this. Now, how do we insert a breakpoint? You go to the place you want to insert a breakpoint, go to the grey area in the window, click on this, hold, and a red dot will appear, and that is where your breakpoint is. Now, what do we mean by a breakpoint? We mean that's where, when you execute your program, that's where the execution will stop, and it will ask, or it will wait for your input before it will step through the rest of the program. I can really recommend using breakpoints, especially in when you use repetition structures. So let's now illustrate how it works. Okay, so let's say we want to find the position of Matete. So we search. Now you can see the program stops there where we inserted the breakpoint. Now we're going to step over we're going to step into the different lines. So it says while index is less than 10, remember at this point the index is 0. Have a look at the following line here at the bottom. Can you see the index is 0, and you can see the value of the text, name.text is Matete. So now we step into it. Why does it go inside the loop? Because all the conditions are still true. Namely, the index is less than 10 and the first name in that list is not the one that was typed in. What is the first name? The first name was Mary. Okay, so it will go inside it. It adds 1 now to the index. Can you see the index value is now 1? It's not 0 anymore. So after that, it goes back to the while loop. It must now check the conditions again. Is the index still less than 10? Yes, because it is 1. Is the name that was given not equal to the name now in the list? Let's see what is the name in the list. I see they don't give it here. Well, we know it's the fourth one, so it isn't that. It will go in. There we see. That's the name. The second name is Joe. So it's not equal to Matete. It goes inside the loop, and it's now going to add 1 to the index, because that's what it says it must do. Can you see now? The index is 2. It goes back. It's going to check the condition again. So is the condition still true? Yes, the index is still less than 10. The name Matete is still not equal to the name in the list. Can you see what is the name in the list now? It's the third one. It's Val. So it's not equal. Therefore, it will execute the line inside the loop. So it will add 1. Can you see? Now it is 3. So it goes back and it will evaluate the condition in the while loop. It says, is the index still less than 10? Yes, it is 3. And it asks now, is the name now equal to that was given to the name in the list? And it is. The name is Matete. Can you see there? And the name that was given was also Matete. So that's why it jumps outside the loop. It's not going inside the loop again. And it says now, if the index is greater or equal to 10, and we know it's not the case, the index at this point is 3, then show that the name is not in the list. But that's not true. So it will go to the else statement. So it jumps to the else. What does the else statement say? It says, go and add 1 to the index. Why? Because we can't say, at this point the index is 3. We can't say Matete is the third name. It isn't. It's the fourth. So remember, we always start counting from 0, but we as humans started counting from 1. That's why we add 1 to the index. Can you see the index is now 4? And now the next thing is that it must be displayed. Matete is in position 4. So you can, how do we get rid of the breakpoint? You just click on the red dot again. Now I would recommend that you try and type in a name that's not on the list and walk through the while index, the while loop, and see how it jumps to this position, and it shows you that the name is not in the list.